Hi everyone, I'm Shubham Mulani. For my poster, I chose a research paper named The Effects of Interaction Between Climate Change and Land Use Cover Change on Biodiversity Related Ecosystem Services. Two main factors of global environment change, climate change, and land use cover change are progressively challenging ecosystem services to provide sustainability to society and maintain biodiversity. This paper identifies the possible ecological responses at species, community, and ecosystem levels and the effects of interaction mechanism between climate change and land use cover change. The result shows under land use cover change effects on species facing climate change challenges through affecting distribution, range shift, interspecific relationship, richness, and the abundance and the impact on biodiversity through increasing extinction rate, nutrition deposition, and habitat fragmentation. This is necessary for sustainable ecosystem services under different climate and land use scenario in future. For introduction, land use cover change plays an important role in affecting every biome on Earth and affect climate change and also play part of a biodiversity loss. Changing environment might help to use its beneficial effect on biodiversity, but with multiple targets to achieve with one change can have both negative and positive effects on ecosystem management. Overall objective of this paper is first, to elaborate ecological response to future climate land use change for selected indicator of ecosystem services and biodiversity. Second, discuss how climate change and land use cover change interact to affect biodiversity-related ecosystem services via a quantitative meta-analysis. And third, identify the current needs and the future priorities in ecosystem management. So they checked all the peer-reviewed articles from 2000 to October 2018 to get the best available knowledge of scientific community. These data found from the Institute of Scientific um, Institute, of, Institute, Institute for Scientific Information website by searching biodiversity or species richness or habitat quality or indices of diversity, ecosystem services or ecosystem function, land use, and climate change keywords. Sorry. To be specific, ecological effects were grouped into four different time horizon. Short term, which is like 1 to 5 years. Mid-term, which was like 6 to 25 years. Long term, from 25 to 100 years, and very long term, anything over 100 years. At spatial scale, they were divided into four parts: patch, landscape, region, and the global. These analyses analyze the data based on ecological response and the quantitative information on interaction mechanism between climate change and land use. Um, Extinction from habitat fragmentation and severe disturbance are more susceptible to the species at higher trophic level. Land use cover change is major concern related to climate change because habitat loss was greatest in areas within higher mean temperature and decreased mean precipitation. The change in climate and the land use cover change will increase the frequency and the severity of extreme weather conditions like hurricane, drought, flood, etc. Land use decisions directly affect climate mitigation and the biodiversity conservation, so it should consider habitat protection for both together. Land use cover change accounts for 12.5% of anthropogenic carbon emission. As the carbon concentration increases in coastal marine system, a cascade of physical and chemical changes will appear. Change of microclimate may occur in habitat modification, which can be difficult for some species which has low adaptability and dispersal capacity. There are some graphs showing here different comparisons between them. And there's also a graph like figure showing increased atmospheric carbon at different stages. For the discussion, in this paper, we discuss ecosystem services, their biodiversity attribute, the direction, and the strength of evidence for this relationship and the influence of abiotic factors. People need to understand the effects of land use cover change and the climate change to protect the biodiversity. The main driving force for this remain uncertain, and if we don't understand the land use and its effect, then climate change cannot be controlled. For conclusion, new technology related to drones, GPS, and satellite would open up new opportunity for future to manage biodiversity. More detailed solutions for biodiversity can be found in future researches. And short-term goal is to getting more precise results and improve understanding of these topics for scientists and researchers to minimize the risk. Thank you.